Imagine flying over the wild coast of Western Australia. Endless blue ocean, rugged wilderness, and then, suddenly, a shock of pink. Nestled on a remote island, framed by white sand and dense forest, is Lake Hillier. A lake so vibrantly pink, it looks like a giant spill of Pepto-Bismol. This isn't a trick of the light or a Photoshop job. The color is real, permanent, and has baffled people for centuries. Lake Hillier stands out in a world of blue water and green trees, a bold exception to nature's usual palette. It's as if the planet decided to have a little fun, dropping a splash of bubblegum-pink into the landscape. Even in our mapped and measured world, places like this still feel magical, straight out of a fantasy novel. Imagine the bewilderment of explorer Matthew Flinders in 1802, climbing Middle Island's highest peak and discovering this pink marvel. After charting strange lands and animals, he must have thought, "Now I've seen everything." Lake Hillier is a geographical exclamation point, a visual spectacle that's enchanted explorers, scientists, and curious travelers ever since. Its improbable color is a reminder that nature still has surprises up her sleeve. It's simply, wonderfully, and stubbornly pink, a place that makes you stop, stare, and wonder. And that's just the beginning of its story. If you're thinking of visiting Lake Hillier, be prepared for a challenge. It sits on Middle Island, the largest of over 100 islands in the remote Recherche Archipelago off Western Australia. This is true wilderness. No roads, no hotels, just dense forest, wild coastline, and a few colonies of seals and seabirds. The island's history is as strange as its lake, once home to Australia's only known pirate, Blackjack Anderson. Today, Middle Island is a protected nature reserve, untouched and pristine. The Recherche Archipelago is notorious for shipwrecks and wild storms, making the area even more isolated. Lake Hillier itself is small, about 600 meters long, but its impact is huge. The contrast of pink water, white sand, and deep blue ocean is unforgettable. Strict conservation rules keep the ecosystem safe. No tourist crowds, no souvenir shops, just nature at its wildest. Finding Lake Hillier on a map is easy. Getting there is a true adventure. Its isolation only adds to its mystique. So, why is Lake Hillier pink? For years, scientists blamed a microalga called Dunaliella salina, which produces beta-carotene in salty, sunny conditions. But recent research revealed a more complex story. In 2015, DNA analysis showed the lake is home to a whole community of salt-loving microbes, including red bacteria like Salinibacter ruber and colorful archaea. The pink color is a team effort, a blend of pigments from algae, bacteria, and archaea. It's a microscopic party in a salty punch bowl. What makes Hillier unique is its color's stability. Other pink lakes fade or change with the seasons, but Hillier stays vibrantly pink all year. Even bottled water from the lake remains pink. The exact recipe for this enduring color is still a scientific mystery. It's a living ecosystem, perfectly balanced to create a permanent pink spectacle. Nature's chemistry set at its most playful, and scientists are still trying to unlock its secrets. See a pink lake, and you might wonder, can you swim in it? The water is harmless, colored by natural microbes, not chemicals. But Lake Hillier is hypersaline, about 10 times saltier than the ocean. You'd float easily, but the salt would sting your eyes and leave your skin crusty. More importantly, swimming is off limits to protect the fragile ecosystem. Human activity could disrupt the delicate balance of microbes that make the lake pink. The area is a protected reserve, and access is strictly controlled. So, while floating in a pink lake sounds dreamy, it remains a fantasy. Lake Hillier is a wonder to admire from a respectful distance. So how do you actually see Lake Hillier? The answer, from above. Scenic flights from Esperance offer breathtaking aerial views of the pink lake set against forest, sand, and ocean. From the air, the contrast is stunning. A perfect pink oval in a wild landscape. Pilots share stories about the lake's history and science as you fly. For the adventurous, some boat tours land on Middle Island, but access to the lake's edge is limited to protect the environment. The journey to see Lake Hillier is part of the experience. Remote, exclusive, and unforgettable. It's not a tourist trap, but a pilgrimage for lovers of natural wonders. The effort it takes to get there makes the site even more rewarding. A true payoff at the edge of the world. Lake Hillier isn't the world's only pink lake. Australia has several, and there are others in Senegal and Spain. All owe their color to salt and pigment-producing microbes. But Hillier stands out for two reasons. Its color is permanent and intense, and its setting is wild and pristine. Other pink lakes change with the seasons or are surrounded by industry. Hillier is always bubblegum-pink, set in untouched wilderness. The contrast of pink water, green forest, and blue ocean is unmatched. Its isolation adds an air of mystery and enchantment. Lake Hillier is the gold standard of pink lakes, a natural masterpiece. It's not just a curiosity, but a work of art. The icon that all other pink lakes aspire to be. Lake Hillier's future isn't guaranteed. Its unique ecosystem is vulnerable to climate change. Rising seas or changing rainfall could alter its chemistry and erase its pink color. The strict protections in place are vital, but global action is needed to safeguard wonders like this. Lake Hillier is a barometer of our planet's health, a fragile marvel that could vanish if we're not careful. It reminds us that nature's surprises are precious and worth protecting. For scientists, it's a living laboratory. For visitors, a source of awe. As we uncover its secrets, we must also commit to its preservation. Lake Hillier challenges our expectations and inspires wonder. Its story is a call to cherish the extraordinary. Let's ensure its pink brilliance endures for generations to come.